I am an internationally trained professional who landed as an immigrant in Vancouver last July of 2011. I joined the Skills Connect program for immigrants, and it was my career consultant, Ms. Lenny Sanchez, who advised me to apply for the Provincial Instructor Diploma program. I am keen on pursuing an adult education career in Canada. Hence, I decided to take the PID program at Vancouver Community College. I knew that the program shall provide me with the opportunity of refining my skills and in learning new concepts in adult education. I have been teaching in the university for more than 20 years. In my home country, I taught history, political science, public administration, governance, and leadership. Transformational learning has heavily influenced my teaching approach because I believe that one needs to critically reflect and examine predetermined assumptions and beliefs in order to be more open, inclusive, and be more receptive to changes in this rapidly shifting world. The learning theory matches my view of the learner and provides a strong foundation for creating instructional strategies that help transform lives. As a constructivist orientation, the theory holds that learners interpret and reinterpret sense experience, which define meaning and learning. It recognizes that the learner is a critical, autonomous, and responsible thinker. What were the lessons which I learned throughout the PIDP journey, and who were the people who influenced me? Let me start off with Eva Murray, my PIDP 3270 advisor and my PIDP 3100 instructor. Eva has taught me the basic foundations of learning theories, from behaviorism to the humanist, the cognitive, social cognitive, and constructivism, and match all these with instructional techniques which facilitated a more fun and engaging process of understanding these theories. For example, I will never forget the jigsaw approach, which divided learning of new information into small pieces, and this maximized the time and optimized the intellectual energies of my peers. How could I forget the learning guided reading sheets, which were considered very valuable in guiding students when we introduced new material. And I could not also forget Pecha Kucha, how one could prepare 20 slides in 6 minutes and 40 seconds. I'd like to also mention David Tickner, who was my instructor for curriculum development. And I learned about the DACOM chart, the OBE maps, the etymology of almost everything, competencies and outcomes, and the importance of verbs in curriculum planning and design. When I remember Ken Bellamar, I always imagined positive learning environment. He taught us hot spices, about the Think Pack, the Innovation Whack Pack, and about smart art, and all the mini lessons were unforgettable. How could I also forget Bob and his neuroscience physiology? He would teach us about what happens to the brain during learning, how one loses 100,000 neurons a day, but you grow them back with new connections when you learn. I also learned from Brian Collette for career management about the single loop, double, and triple loop learning, and everything about the evaluation strategies, especially the small group instructional feedback as a formative assessment technique, and also the critical incident questionnaire, and everything about ethics and professional conduct. I learned from Doug Major the symbiotic relationship between teaching and learning and how assessment brings them together, about how teaching and learning is intertwined and that assessment binds them together, about how assessment literacy is a professional obligation, and how hot potatoes can become animating assessment tools. From Brian Castle, I learned about copyright, about making blogs and preparing video presentations. From Trisha Kivisalu, I learned about motivation and engagement, the 7 steps in instructional process, classroom management, mindful learning. Now, one key insight that I learned throughout the journey is the realization that a teacher is as good as the curriculum under which one operates, and the evaluation of students' learning which mirrors the delivery of instruction. A teacher can never claim to be good if there is no alignment between the head, which represents the curriculum, the heart, which represents assessment, and the hands, which represent instruction. Remember that teaching is a multifaceted field. A teacher becomes a motivator, a coach, a mentor, a team captain, a cheerleader, and that learning is a lifelong process. And I would like to quote Doug Major when he mentioned during our class that teaching is a rare, privileged position. To become anything, you have to sit with a teacher who believed in you. So I thank all the truly good PIDP teachers who have inspired me throughout this journey.